Yo, Big Kish back up in here. We went over it, but we about to get a fantastic hip-hop perspective on the situation. For those that don't know, Pusha T was featured on a Wale song, and he seemingly dissed Birdman and dissed Drake. You know what I'm saying? Saying people might sue. He can't go at people because they might sue. Then he said, what's a Birdman? I don't cock-a-doodle-doo or something like that. But it sound like a diss. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Appreciate everybody been supporting the book, supporting the channel. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now listen, before we get into how Drake just got embarrassed more and Pusha T has continued to keep up one of the best runs in rap that we have seen in years, well, as the shift in hip-hop is now coming into
make sure y'all hit that like button. Please hit the like button.
Play, and Pusha T is standing in the face of all of these losers and showing them that their time in the rap game is over. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe so everybody can see that message. And now really, as with what has just went down with Pusha T and the way he just called out all of his longtime rivals, when we look at this in context of what has already happened in rap and in his career recently, he really just took the biggest victory lap possible after dropping one of the best rap albums in years with the Clips and Let God Sort Him Out, and now he is setting every...
For those that don't know, back in the day, Birdman, y'all remember what happened to that boy. What happened to that boy? He was talking for the clap. They didn't get paid for that beat. Birdman don't like to pay people, bro. So he's still going to keep catching strays. He's still catching strays, boy.
Everything that has went down into stone. We'll really make sure to leave that like, because truly this is a great moment and something as hip-hop fans that we are going to want to remember. And now specifically what I am talking about is overall the Drake messes and flops and everything he is doing and all of the other noise that side of hip-hop is creating is the first record from Pusha T to release after defeating the entire industry with the Clips album and just creating a statement in rap that has been greater than most albums have been in years. And with this, what Push has now done is taken that momentum from an album that really would have went #1 in most other weeks this year and in this entire era and chapter we are in music, and really move the way you should after doing one of the biggest things you possibly can as a rapper, which is creating an album that is critically acclaimed, culturally important and relevant, and competed on the charts with pop stars and artists who have all of the backing in the world, which of course he did.
Hey yo, when I think of the Clips rapping, I think of grown man bars, man. Really, grown man bars. That's So Far Ahead song, that's my joint. I can't wait till my heel get better. I'm gonna put together some on Instagram with that joint. That's So Far Ahead. Love it. I love that joint, bro.
After Clips proved that they can hold their own against Travis Scott and the Jack Boys, and also even a giant as big as Justin Bieber. And now currently as we are seeing all of these albums progress into their release cycle, and Travis Scott is dropping off those charts, all while Push and Malice continue to reign over the hip-hop world right next to Tyler, the Creator, with their body of work. And then also Freddie Gibbs is joining them, which we are going to talk about him very soon. And if you want to hear my thoughts on Alfredo 2 and everything going on with that record and its impact that it's about to make sure to leave a like and subscribe because you won't want to miss that. Now, with all of this momentum and really Push showing that he is here to stay, well, now what he did, which is what all great rappers should do after dropping classic level music, is just get to talking over all your competition, and at that, Push is just causing trouble, as now in this time where he is doing numbers that are better than Lil Wayne, and he officially has outlasted the longest term rival he has ever had in terms of him, well, Push now has the green light to go off here in any way possible with this new collab that he has made with Wale, which is also made in conjunction with Anthony Edwards as an executive producer for a project that he is working on, and this song is titled Damage Control. And with this record, really, these guys could have not picked a better possible title, because this is what this side of rap who just whines, complains, and sues all the time is really gonna do after they have gotten called out here. And speaking of getting called out, what you have to realize here is that for Pusha T, he is not just a winner of the entire rap game right now with what he just did with Clips and their album for all of its success. But within that success, as Pusha T has now been able to become an artist who is really in a dream scenario where he is independent and he is making music and exploring his creative choices as an artist and storyteller as a free agent, well, Push now has the ability to.
And I'm happy for him, bro. Shouldn't nobody be in no slave deal, man. I don't care, bro. Shouldn't nobody be in no slave. I'm happy they was able to pay that bread and get them out of there. I don't care if they ain't pay it all, or, and they gotta, I heard they had to take off some of the album sales for this joint. You know what I'm saying, to pay off the rest of it. But yeah, let's buy anything Clips got to offer, man. Let's buy it. Let's purchase it so they could get out that deal, man. They out of it. They independent now. I love that, bro.
Do and say literally anything he wants. And even when we get into this verse and who he is dissing here and calling out, well, again, this is something that Push has not literally had the ability to do ever since the Drake beef went down in 2018, because of course, as we found out, and what held back the release of the Clips album was all that lame old Lawbury was so upset that he lost the beef, and as a result, he used his clout within their major label system to make sure that with every Pusha T verse and song and feature that ever dropped, the lyrics were checked over and he was not saying anything that was even slightly going against rap's biggest Pinocchio fan. All at the same time, the certified lover Pinocchio kept dissing Push over and over again at every chance he got. And so really for Push, this is what you have to understand, because after hearing all the disrespect on Churchill Downs, on Meltdown, and so many other tracks, and literally not being able to say anything, well, now as Push has won and his album is no longer shelved and they are out of their deal, Push is really now speaking up against Drake specifically and all of the things he wasn't able to, which in of themselves lost him entire album spots from multiple big name artists.
The song called Damage Control, I forgot it. Pusha T mentioned 2 songs in his interview with GQ, Rick Ross, Maybach Music. What's that, a 6? I think that's a 6 or a 9. 6. And Pop Smoke's Paranoia were. Oh yeah, we know about this. You're just talking about how his album was held. These albums was held back.
Artists, because Drake was scared to have him be on these songs, and the labels did not want to deal with that. Well, again, when you just put into perspective everything that Push lost in that time and what he is doing now, you gotta just look at this from his perspective. And now, after dropping an album that so many people, including myself, would say is the album of the year, it is that incredible. Well, Push has now not just been able to tell his story, but he can say and do literally anything on top of the rap world, and nobody is gonna stop him. And so seemingly with the performance we are getting from Push in this song, this is exactly what goes down. And really what you end up seeing is the celebration of a man who has never been more up, all while his rivals have never been more down. And so with that, let's just get into this verse and the disses, because there is a lot to unpack here. And now what I want to say is that before Push even gets up to bat here, well, joining him on this track is none other than Wale, who is showing that in this time where the lyricists in hip-hop are more out than they have been in years, and the genre is shifting back to a better place, or at the very least it is trying to, well, Wale was ready for the moment, and while he does show that he can hold his own with one of the best rappers in the world, of course, but the main event and what we are here for is none other than Pusha T himself. And now as soon as Push hops on this track to close things off, and he drops the phrase, "I'm the truth and the proof," and then you just hear him rap with an entire new pocket and flow than he had on the album he just dropped. Well, for anybody who is in a beef or standing on a side that is not next to Pusha T, really just get out of the way, because Pusha T is still getting more menacing. And well, now the biggest rivals throughout Pusha T's entire career really find this out when he gets to calling them out, and he kicks off the bars he has here with some shots for Birdman, which read, "All I hear is birds, that's just words in the booth, the realest Birdman, I just cock a doodle do." And now with this, well, beyond Pusha T almost bringing us back to the code of the Clips and the way they double and triple entendre code all of their rhymes to represent so much with the whole—
Yeah, bro, you can't be mad at this. You can't be mad at this.
Meaning of the birds, and then the birds don't sing, which was the intro track from that album. Well, now what we are seeing is this entire messaging gain an entire new meaning, which is about Birdman himself. And now with this, and once again with where all of these figures in hip-hop have ended,
he couldn't even pay for a beat. He ain't no real Birdman. It's the second bar right here, y'all.
In the most nasty and effective way, as he says, "Bruised egos, man, you might sue," which, to be honest, it's short and to the point, and I think it's the most effective thing that Push could have throughout his career, and now when Pusha T is so up and he can say whatever he wants. Well, just like we saw Push laugh at Birdman there, he is laughing at Drake and saying everything that he has wanted to in so long, which again is not a lot because Push won their beef, but he just wants to address the flawed and failed man and rapper that he has seen, which he just straight up says to Drake in the most nasty and effective way, as he says, bruised egos, man, you might sue, which to be honest, it's short.
Bruised egos. They ain't talking about nobody but Drake. That's Drake right there. Bruised ego. Every little episode, that little Iceman stuff, whatever he come out with, he's showing people that he's still angry. He can't let go. So, you know, everybody's saying it's going to be a round 2. It might be a round 2 on Drake's behalf, but Dot ain't coming back out with, we might get that other 5. I don't know. Y'all know I've been waiting for that other 5, the other 5 diss songs that Dot got in stock. Y'all know I'm waiting for that. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about Pusha T dissing Birdman and Drake, man. With Drake being in court, it's like, bro, don't nobody even want to touch you, bro. Don't nobody even want to look towards you, bro. Don't nobody want to look toward. Don't nobody want to be involved in nothing you got. We gonna throw a couple straight shots out there, and who knows when Pusha T did this verse, you know they do verses and then they'll come out with them years later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. I gotta hurry up and edit this video. This YouTube, man. They always finding a damn issue with the video. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big Kish signing out. Going, y'all.